baby mama. Baby.
And it's absolutely free for every C-section mother.
So do I have to show my skirt to get in?
Uh,
How will you know that I've had a C-section?
oh my goodness, now that's a hard question. Now what we do, of course, we do our background check. We ask you a few questions and we get to know about you. And of course, if you're a C-section mother, you can't hide.
You kinda need a yo wall, but in say, what in a shibombi, what a mukabi.
I'm Nabifo Wamunga, and this is the Uzazi Podcast, where motherhood meets business. I'm so excited about today's episode where we are meeting and having an interesting conversation with Winnie Nwagava Katende, the founder and CEO of Siha Foundation, as well as Postpartum Care Uganda. Her background, she started as a lawyer like myself, practiced for a little bit before joining the entrepreneurship business sector. She's done a variety of businesses before settling down and getting married, having kids. She's a 5-time C-section mother. Should I say that again? 5-time C-section. Oh my God. I had 2 C-sections and I can't even imagine going back. So I think that's where we should start. Tell me about your journey to motherhood and these 5 C-sections.
Oh, thank you so much, Nabi. Of course, motherhood is amazing. It's such an amazing journey. It's such an amazing experience. And when you're prepared for it, it's just, you just sail through. But when you're unprepared for it, like some of us were, my goodness, it can take you for a ride.
Most times, I think most people, C-sections come like as an emergency.
Yes. Actually, many, it's an emergency. Then some, it's elective. Because after you've had like consecutive C-sections, then you just have to have another C-section. Like most times, you're not given an opportunity to try and push. So it starts as an emergency and then becomes elective at the end of the day. Yes. And then, of course, there's some few ladies who choose it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
We are
yes.
against shame on this podcast. So you do you.
Yeah. Yeah, so true.
Yeah. So tell me more about yourself. Is there anything that I skipped out that you'd like our audience
Maybe that
to know?
I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a jack of all trades.
I used to think the end of that sentence was a master of none, but apparently that's not it.
Really?
Yes. Master of one or something like that. Anyway, I'm also a jack of all trades. So you have to try everything till you
Yes.
figure out, which one works.
Works for you. Where your calling is, where purpose in life is. Yes. So you try out so many until you get that niche. You be like, this is where I belong.
Yeah. Now, you created this amazing product, Siha Foundation Healing Balm.
Yes.
And I'm giving you a testimonial here because
Wow.
I've used it myself. It really, really works. Although it says C-section healing, I think you can use it for any muscular sort of pain.
Actually, it's a pain relief balm. Anyone can use it. Ladies, gentlemen, children, anyone. It's an instant pain reliever. And on top of that, it helps in tissue healing and puts down inflammation in the body.
Yeah. So what is that healing process like after C-section? Or maybe let me take it back. How did you end up now doing, postpartum care and creating this balm?
They say experience is the best teacher. Now, through my first section, I had pain. I was actually consistently taking the diclofenac to sort of put down the pain. But every time you went to hospital, they can't find the cause of the pain. They tell you you'll be fine. But that dragged through from my firstborn to my secondborn. So it got me thinking, I'm like, if I'm going to live like this for the rest of my life, how can there be a solution? Yet my only birthing solution is C-section. If I'm going to have C-sections, I can't live in this kind of pain for the rest of my life. So that got me down into doing research, finding out why are women having this pain? Why are women always complaining? They are never fine. Like there is that something in their bodies. I'm not fine. I have a headache. I have a backache. My back, not like I couldn't do sit-ups. You try to do sit-ups and the back is so heavy, but the answers were not there. So I went on a mission to make sure I find these answers. And when I found the answers, I had to come out and let the world know about what I had found. And one of the answers was the Sia Herbal Balm, which helps C-section mothers to heal faster and to relieve that pain that they're always complaining about, the back pain, the numbness, the headaches, everything.
Wow, that's amazing. And I can't believe I forgot to congratulate you for the official launch
Thank you.
of the Siha Foundation. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Uh,
And
uh,
thanks for attending. And thanks for being one of our moderators.
I know I was
Yes.
a panelist
Yes, a panelist.
on one of your panels talking about my journey postpartum. I'm a postpartum depression survivor, and I can't say it loud enough because a lot of people hide, in the shame and the guilt. And I liked at your launch that you brought this amazing mom. I think her name was Tabitha.
Tabitha, yes.
Yes, who told this story that really, it perfectly illustrated what it is that you do. So maybe you can explain to us, how do you help C-section mothers?
Now, like when you say that you listen to Tabitha's story, one thing I've learned through doing this work is that there is power in stories. I listened to your story when you told me, and I was amazed. I was like, wow, how can one person go through all this? And every time I listen to a C-section story, it's different, it's empowering, you get amazed at what these women go through. So that is actually when I started See Her Foundation, I began from the minor things. Back pain, someone complaining about back pain, people complaining about the migraines after C-section. But when I began interacting with these women, oh my goodness, the stories were amazing. So I was like, why don't I create a platform where we get to listen to these women's stories, get to listen to their pain deeper, and bring up a community where they can feel at home. They interact with fellow women going through the same, share these stories, help one another to recover, give mental support, psychological support. We even have fitness programs where we exercise as a team and we are able to achieve our fitness goals. We have meetups where we meet, we talk, we share, we laugh. We even have Mama Simbla program where we're trying to empower women economically because, as you know, most C-section mothers, because of the complications they get after birth, most of them end up staying at home. So we are trying to get for them like economic activities they can do as they're at home nursing their babies. And we also do one-to-one counseling. So if we notice that someone in the group is not doing fine, a volunteer will call that person and support them physically and emotionally. Then we have online massage classes. Now, these are C-section massage classes that help a mother to heal physically that lower tummy wound, the C-section scar, and the back pain, and to relieve that post-surgical trauma. So we do those for our vulnerable communities. We do them online. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you do is really amazing.
Thank you.
And you've skipped the part about how proceeds from the C-section balm from the purchase of the C-section. Maybe you can say it better. Complete the sentence.
Okay. Now, we Sia Foundation makes the Sia Herbal Balm. Now, proceeds from the Sia Herbal Balm, we use these proceeds to reach out to the vulnerable community of C-section mothers in Uganda. We have advocacy programs, fitness programs. So every time you buy a Sia Balm, you are supporting a vulnerable C-section mother in Uganda to live a better and productive life.
That is really, really, I mean, it's amazing because
Thank you.
my first C-section was an emergency C-section, and I had to get the epidural twice
Wow.
because the first time it did not work. Like I was feeling everything. So they injected me the second time and it still did not work.
Now, why every time you keep on telling me that, I get shocked because me even having the first epidural was such a big hassle. I cried. I would tell them stop, start, stop, stop, stop. Now I can imagine if I had to go twice,
in a
they
short
would have
period
chased me
of
from the
time.
hospital.
I can imagine. And even the second time, it did not work. And I was told I'm among the 2% or whatever, so they had to put me to sleep. And I think that greatly contributed to my postpartum depression because when I woke up a couple of hours later, now it had worked. So it took long to work. So it had kicked in and I was paralyzed from the neck down. So they couldn't bring the baby until the next day.
Every time I listen to your story, do you know where the trauma of a C-section mother starts? It starts from the moment she's told she's going to have a C-section. Her body goes in scared mode. You're like, am I going to survive? Am I going to come out? Is my baby okay? Is everything okay? Will I survive this? Then now when you go to that hospital bed, trust me, that injection I don't think it was easy for you. It's never easy for me.
Yeah.
Now, even that is a struggle for me. So you find that now the trauma starts just when you into the theater. Now that trauma is stored in the body. That is why even after you give birth, people say, my body feels weird. I feel weird pain. It's because pain is tension in the body, negative that is stored in the muscles. So even that whole thing of you folding your back to put that injection.
Oh my God. And when they tie you, like you're on the cross or something,
They
like
tied you?
I think they first put you like this.
Really?
And then, yes, because you have to be still, right? I'm now even forgetting. Don't they put you like this and then you have to be still? And then they put that mirror
The
thing.
mirror.
But that whole process of now you're lying down and they're putting a curtain, in front of you, like it's so terrifying. So I'm beginning
Actually,
to now understand.
For my third born, I was seeing everything that was happening. I
my
saw in
God.
the light. I was seeing in the light. I was seeing the reflection the other side.
I can't imagine. My husband was also looking. He kept peeping on this other side, and I'm like, I just can't. Though I felt everything. My
But-
second one, I was awake, but I just couldn't feel the pain, but I could feel the touch. So I could feel my stomach tearing into two. I could feel, it was so
Now-
surreal. When the pain came back, I connected it to the touch and the trauma. I now understand what you mean. I have to heal from that trauma.
Now, when I was seeing it happening through that light, it was so fulfilling. Because when they removed the baby, I felt sudden relief. Like you feel your body go empty all of a sudden. And then you hear this baby cry. I was like, wow.
Everybody has a unique experience because I cannot relate to what she's That's why they say all humans are unique,
I
because I cannot say I can relate to what you're saying, but okay. I can kind of understand and I think I missed that in my first pregnancy because I still felt pregnant because I'd not gotten that release. My eyes were closed, I was asleep. Then I'm waking up, they're telling me I gave birth. I'm like, where's my baby? They're like, you can't hold your baby. You have to wait till tomorrow. So that whole release of knowing now I have a baby in this world did not happen. And I think that was also part of
Actually,
the
even on my
problem.
firstborn, I didn't want to see the baby. I didn't want anything to do with the baby. And after I was discharged, my body remained looking pregnant, even months later. But people would keep on asking me, Winnie, are you pregnant? And I gave birth like months ago. So I met a friend one day. She's like, you know what? I think you should tie your tummy. My
Yeah.
tummy was so big, it was so painful, nothing would fit. I had like all these sorts of gutters. I had prepared for birthing, but my stomach couldn't fit in all these waist trainers, all these gutters, all these girdles. I couldn't fit. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? So she said, bring a leso to tie me. But postpartum recovery with no knowledge is
Yeah.
a wastage of time.
Yeah, true.
You will not get anywhere.
I think I would like to even qualify that knowledge is not enough.
Yes.
You actually need an experienced person, because
Yes.
I scoured the internet looking for information, but still there's like a gap missing. You don't know how to apply
And what
what
I
you read.
realized that we have the information, but we don't consider that information. Our forefathers had that information. If you look at all cultures in Uganda, every culture in Uganda has postpartum care. Every culture in Africa has postpartum care. Chinese have a postpartum care routine. They have the 40-day period. But we are looking for something. We think there is something out there special that we should be looking for. There is nothing special. It is look at your own culture, your own system. What is the postpartum care that they are practicing? Now, when you come to C-section is something that is new to us, to our parents, our sisters. So they've been finding it hard to compare C-section recovery to VBATH recovery. Actually, that's why now See Her Foundation comes in. How are we going to use the VBATH postpartum care routines and tailor them to suit a C-section mother, whereby a C-section mother is not neglected to figure it out by herself?
Yeah.
Because we can empower our caretakers to be able to learn and find a way they can interlink the two, so that even a C-section mother has the appropriate postpartum care.
Oh my God. Talking about postpartum care and caregivers, my personal story, I did not have both, especially my first time. My second time I was slightly more prepared, but I still didn't clearly have the knowledge. But my first postpartum, because of, I think, the depression and being alone. The biggest challenge with being a mom, a modern African mom, is that most of your people are not available. They'll be with you for 3 weeks and then they have to go back to whatever they were doing, work or whatever. So I was alone. And because I was not fully myself, I don't know, I was deluded into being like I have to be alone. I don't want other people to see me suffer. So I spent, I think, 6 weeks sitting. I had a special breastfeeding chair. I would sit there from sunrise to sunset. I think I would only become animated when my husband came back from work, but I would sit there. And because of that, which is against postpartum care, my wound was as fresh as it was 6 months, 6 weeks into it. And I had to go shopping. And these are things that we don't think about. So most supermarkets, after you buy your groceries, they just hand you the bag full of things. I did not even think about it. The woman packed my groceries, handed me my 6 weeks postpartum. I've been sitting, crouched, breastfeeding all day, hardly moving. She gave me my the Cavera, and as I held it, I literally felt myself separating into two. I literally felt the wound just like imagine opening a zip, a close it. I literally felt myself and I fell, I dropped the bag, and this was in former ShopRite. So opposite was like machinery, washing machines and TVs. So they put me to sit there, and I had to quickly call my husband because I'd driven myself.
So the wound practically opened?
Practically opened. I had to be rushed back to the hospital. Luckily, I was not taken back into the theater, but they did something to, I don't want to use the incorrect term, but yeah, they did something and patched me back. And that's when I was told, you need to walk, you need to do all this. So based on that story, what are the key things that you would advise a mom who's either heading into C-section or immediately out, those top things that they have to do?
Okay, now, first of all, what were you doing in ShopRite at 6 weeks postpartum?
Exactly.
That's when you're supposed to be going for your postpartum checkup for your doctor to clear you to be able to do certain things. Now, one thing I've learned, actually I've come to appreciate later by interacting with these mothers, is that support is so critical for a C-section mother. Now, when I give birth, I don't pick my kids from school. I don't go to supermarkets. I don't do anything. Like, my husband steps in and does all that work. Then my mother-in-law is always she's like a phone call away. You tell her I'm feeling this, she'll come running. So sometimes I'll be like, when you have this attention, you feel crowded. But when you listen to people's stories, you'll be like, oh, wow, they actually knew what I was going through. But actually, we never know what you're going through ourselves. So now what I would encourage for a mother like you is take it easy. Learn a postpartum care routine. By the way, postpartum is anything you do after giving birth, take care of your body. We usually take care of the baby and we neglect the mother. Once the mother leaves theater, they say the woman is okay, she's fine. But her recovery journey has just started. So we should be able to give mothers time to heal. Now, in your scenario, since we have nuclear families, you should have had a plan before checking into hospital. No, I need a help at home, maybe a house help or a cousin or a sister that's going to help you to babysit as you take care of your body. And then also learn how do you take care of your body. Because sometimes we know what we're supposed to do, but because we are overwhelmed with work and taking care of the babies, we never take the time to take care of ourselves. But deep down, every woman knows what to do. They tell you walk, drink a lot, take hot fluids. We know what to do. But because of this lack of support and this overwhelming responsibility we have on our backs, we tend to neglect ourselves. So that's why we should be actually having such talks like this more often, so that women can be aware of what they have to do, what is going wrong. Why would someone's C-section wound help in the middle of a supermarket? What is causing that? How are we able to prevent that happening to any other mother? How are we going to mitigate such occurrences, such emergencies? Are they preventable in the first place? Yes, they are preventable. How are they preventable? Equip these mothers with the knowledge. When they are pregnant and after they give birth, before we used to have antenatal clinics in Mulago. I used to hear about them a lot. I don't know what happened to them now. Because you would go for your whole 9 months, they're educating you how you feed your baby, how you take care of yourself, how you prepare for your hospital bag. But now, when you are pregnant, you don't know that you're going to have a C-section or you're going to give birth, VBirth. You never know what option is going to come. how are these mothers being prepared for either option? How are they prepared for that? That because most of these things we are facing, it's lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. So I think we should do more empowering conversation, do more shows, empower women, talk to them, encourage them, educate them. Even our healthcare providers, I think, should come on board. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. So, is there a platform that you use to share this information? Do you have a blog? Do you have a newsletter? Do you have where can I go if I've listened and I'm like, she talked but she didn't say enough? Where can I go to follow up on the conversation?
Well, we're going to start podcasts. I think we'll be able to put everything together. You can go to my LinkedIn. You can go to my Instagram or
What's your LinkedIn?
See Her Foundation. Then we have See Her Healing Balm. We have actually 2 accounts. We have See Her Healing Balm. Then See Her Pain Relief. Then anything See-Her Foundation or See-Her Pain Relief. Yes.
That's amazing. And then if that is not enough and I want to find you and talk to you, where do I
Our
go?
offices are located in Kansanga on Shiwafu Rise behind UK Mall. You can even give us a call on 0706 111 531. Someone will get in touch with you and will be able to help you.
That's amazing. And then I cannot let you leave without asking about the djembe dance. First of all, what is the djembe dance? And are you back for this year? And can I come?
Yes, we are back for the djembe dance and we are starting Feb. Djembe is actually an African drum. It's djembe, D-J-E-M-B-E. It's a drum. It's an African drum. You know how people do dance class?
Yes.
And they're dancing to music?
Yes.
Us, we dance to the African drum.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so relaxing. And because it's something unique, like it intrigues the women and it helps, I bet it helps in postpartum depression. You enjoy, you relax. We even dance to African music, African beats for the different tribes around the country. So that's how the djembe drum came about. Actually, it's the djembe wato. Djembe wato, we were using the djembe drum to help the mothers to get back their waists. You know wato is waist in Uganda. So it's djembe wato. As you dance, you cut some
Wato.
wato. we get that wato back in shape. So that's how the djembe wato comes about.
Okay, so
Yes.
you're coming in Feb, right?
Yes.
And will
yes.
it be at the Kansanga?
It's at the
branch?
Kansanga branch and it's absolutely free for every C-section mother.
So do I have to show my skirt to get in? How will you know that I'm under C-section?
Oh my goodness, now that's a hard question. Now what we do, of course, we do our background check. We ask you a few questions and we get to know about you. And of course, if you're a C-section mother, you can't hide. Because me having a conversation with you, I would know whether you're a C-section mother or you're not. So we interact with you, we do our background check and we confirm. And to be able to attend, you have to be on the list. So you call us earlier, we have a conversation, then you qualify to be on the list. We actually have so many free things for C-section mothers. Apart from the djembe wato, that happens every Saturday at our offices.
From February.
Then we have the meetups where we have a collection of C-section mothers. You come, we meet, we talk, we discuss, we even do the djembe wato that same day. We have this conversation with professionals, gynecologists, mental health practitioners, postpartum recovery coaches, fitness gurus. Like we discuss all, it's like we have that one day for the C-section mother for like 3 hours where they are given an opportunity to interact and ask all their burning questions, and it's absolutely free.
So is there free food? Is that the 4th hour? Or you
No,
come
there's
with
no
your
free
own
food. Of course, we charge a small fee for the food.
Okay.
Yes, but all the
Okay.
other sessions are absolutely free. We charge for the food and the drink.
Okay.
Yes.
And then finally, I don't think you've mentioned anything about the massage.
Yeah. Now we have the C-section massage. Actually, every C-section mother should know about the C-section scar massage. Because the C-section scar massage is one of the things that is going to help a mother heal. It's going to help a mother lose that mommy pouch. It's going to help the mother gain back her strength and productivity. Now, you see, when we have C-sections, people think that outside scar is the only scar they have. They don't know they've been cut 7 layers. So in there, they have been stitched 7 times. So if there are 6 layers inside, what you're seeing on top is the 7th layer. So what is happening on the inside 6 layers? So when you do the massage, the scar massage, it increases in blood flow. And when you have tissue manipulation from the massages, it helps even the tissues to heal faster. So when a mother learns how to massage and do the hot water compress, the wound heals faster, and most of these C-section related problems like back pain, scar pain, by 6 months you'll be feeling nothing. And of course, we use the Sia herbal balm because that's our main ingredient, because it has those properties that help to heal that area. So now, as a must, whether you, I don't even how I can say, like, it is the most important thing every C-section mother should do, because it's the magic to the fastest C-section recovery ever.
I'm going to test you on that.
Yes.
A few years post C-section, but I've
Now,
not yet
what
done
you
that.
have said, you are a few years post C-section. You remain as postpartum as to what you do. Do I make sense? If you do nothing, you remain postpartum for a longer period. What I mean is that you remain feeling those funny feelings, pain, backache, back pain for so long. But if you do something about it, even at 6 weeks, someone will be like, "Are you really C-section?" Because you feel so good, you don't feel pain, and you feel your body it's like you've pushed the baby. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we are definitely going to have a part 2, because I'm going to
Yes.
come and try this. The
Yes.
Jembe Wato. I'm going to do the massage, the
Massage.
hot compress.
Yes.
And then I'll come back and I'll report back.
Yes.
Yes, and if you've done it, please comment in the box. Tell us, is Winnie telling us the gospel truth?
And the mothers
Have you
are
been
there.
Comment below. We want to know. We want to hear your story. And I will be back as well to share my own any last words as we wrap up.
Motherhood is a beautiful thing. And I think every mother should be given the opportunity to enjoy motherhood. Let's reach out to as many mothers as possible so that we can all thrive in the joy of motherhood. It should not be a source of pain, but a source of joy.
Yeah.
Thank
Well
you.
said. And I'm going to help her say this. See Herbal Balm is on uzazihub.com. And if you buy it before the end of this month, there's a 20% discount, courtesy of Hers Truly. So check it out on uzazihub.com and begin your healing journey. And I think with that being said, we've had an awesome, I always laugh so much every time I'm hanging out with you. I don't know if you have some laughing gas in the air or something.
Maybe.
But it's always a good time. I could
Thank you.
talk to you for ever and ever and ever. We didn't even get to talk about how we first met. But that means a part 2 is coming.
Yes.
Is coming.
Yes.
So with that, if you loved this episode, please let us know in the comments below. Please like, please subscribe, share with a woman transitioning into motherhood, share with a mom who you know had a C-section. She might learn something. And with that being said, If you're a mom, you're doing a good job. See you on the next one.
Wanike mikono wagulo wubire baby mama omuzira y'omutonza situla yonna baana mwoyogera naye tobogoka mpolo kuba kama kubanga kidizagana yekka yasobola olanda